Hello and welcome to Education 407 at the University of Laverne. This is fall semester 2022 and my name is Professor Catherine Kinsey. So I've been teaching at the University of Laverne for 7 years and I've been in education for 17 years. So for this video this week, I want to talk about first how the course is structured. I'm going to give a brief lecture on SAMR and ISTE standards, and then I'll go into the assignments for week 1. All right, so how will this course be organized? So I will be using an app called Slack. It's both an app and a web-based program, and I will post a weekly announcement just like this one every Sunday. If you need to get in touch with me otherwise, Slack messages are good or email is good, kkinsey@laverne.edu. Both of those work for me. All right, so I like in 407 to follow the model of learn and then create and reflect. So you'll have 2 to 3 assignments to study and learn, and then 2 to 3 assignments where you create from what you learned. All right, so this is a mini lecture, just a quick little taste of 407. The first thing I want to talk about is SAMR. When we're talking about technology in the classroom, SAMR is one way of measuring the level of meaning and effectiveness of that technology. So a lot of us, when we went to school, the technology was just a computer. We weren't really doing anything creative or exciting with that technology. And so I want you to not judge your learning based on what you experienced in the past as a student, but what is possible, what could happen. And so SAMR is just a measurement. The idea of SAMR is when you're using a new technology, is that technology substituting, augmenting, modifying, or redefining the learning. So we want to think of the technology through the learning. So this is not a technology class where I'm going to teach how to use Google. This is technology where in a class we're going to say, okay, if I use these Google things, that will improve, enhance learning by doing X, Y, Z. And I like this diagram here because it just shows you that the farther you go in SAMR, the more creative you are, the deeper the learning. So the first level is substitution. Substitution means I'm replacing something. So I'm replacing a pencil with a keyboard. You're not really enhancing learning. You could still have good learning going on. I'm not judging learning. I'm just saying you're not making it any more deep or exciting or higher level of understanding. The second level is augmentation. So think of a dictionary. When you look up a dictionary, you're looking through it, you find the definition, but it might not give you a lot more information, right? What do I do with this word? What's the correct context of that word? But when students are using an app or an extension like Grammarly, which you've probably used in the past, it's more than a dictionary, right? It's going to offer suggestions of writing. It's going to offer suggestions in grammar. So it's taking a traditional tool, replacing it, and then adding just a little bit extra as a resource. A modification is when you take something that existed in the past, you make it technology-based, and you add usually multimedia. So you've probably all seen these All About Me, Star Student sort of presentations in the past, right? These posters, my kids all did all of those. If you were to replace that with a slide presentation or a Prezi presentation or something in Canva, an interactive poster in Canva, then you can add video, you can add sound, you can add so many more levels to understand the student than just drawings. And then redefinition is when you are using technology in a way where you could not do that learning without it. So here you see students in a little TV studio, right? That technology would not be possible in the same way without that. So their learning would not be possible in the same way. So just a brief introduction. As you think of the course, I want you to really think, I'm not thinking about technology that I used as a student. I'm thinking about how could technology be used in my future classroom in a deeper way that enhances learning rather than just being an add-on to something. All right. We'll be looking at the ISTE standards in this class. ISTE stands for International Society for Technology and Education, and is the international technology standards for schools. Weeks 2 to 4 will be the ISTE standards for students. So you'll be learning about these 7 strands here and how students can use technology. Then weeks 5 through 8 will be the ISTE standards for educators. So you'll be learning how you can use technology as a teacher to enhance the classroom experience, enhance your own experience, and improve it for everyone. Okay, some frequently asked questions about this course. Should I follow Blackboard or the syllabus? Blackboard and the syllabus conflict. Which one do I follow? You follow Blackboard, okay? The syllabus is sort of my master plan, but as things change throughout the semester, as students have questions, as assignments don't go the way that they should, then I'm making changes. So follow Blackboard. Sometimes students are like, but what if there's something that's on the syllabus? I don't want to be surprised. There are no hidden assignments. Every assignment that's part of your grade is going to be on Blackboard. Do I accept late work? I do. It's crazy times. I can only accept it up to a certain point, because then you get to the point where you're asking for, really what you're asking for is not late work, but an incomplete in the class. And the university does not like to grant incompletes just because you ran out of time. Okay, so we have 8 weeks. If something's 5 days late, 6 days late, that's understandable. But at some point, you become so far behind that now you're asking for an incomplete, and then that's a lot more serious conversation. Do you have to work with your group? Yes, you do have to work with a group, but your grade is dependent on your work only, and I never want you to do the work of somebody who didn't show up. I would rather you turn something incomplete and then send me a message that says, so-and-so is supposed to do this part and they didn't. Fine. Turn it incomplete. I'll know what you did, and that's on them. That's not on you. All right, so what's our learning for this week? There are 4 tasks: a survey, to join Slack, a getting to know you slides, and an ISTE video. So let's take a look at those 4 tasks. All right, so here we are in Blackboard, and on the left you've got the course basics. This is where the syllabus is, information on the textbooks, some course policies. Just so you know, on the textbook, there is an older version out there. You can get that one. The page numbers aren't going to match, but it's essentially the same thing. This is the information for week 1. So the first thing you're going to do is this welcome survey. You'll click on the link, and then you'll tell me a little about yourself, your experience with technology, your experience with online courses. Then you're going to join Slack. There's some information on Slack in this folder. It's really, really important that you join Slack and complete the welcome survey by the end of the week so that I can form the groups that you'll need going forward. Okay. Again, you can use Slack on your phone or your tablet, or you can use it on the web-based on a computer. I like Slack because we can be completely text-based. So it's replacing that conversations that we used to have in the past in the classroom, versus the discussion board in Blackboard. You post and then you wait and then you reply to 2 people, but that's not really a conversation. And so that's why I like to use Slack. Most students really like that they can reach their classmates quickly, that they can reach me quickly. And so I think you'll like it. If you have any problems, let me know. The third task is an introduction slide. So you're going to open up this slide deck. Let me show you what that looks like. Okay, so here's the assignment. You're going to add a slide. Oh, I see someone already started. You're going to have your name, a picture of something you like, love, that will surprise your classmates, a favorite TV series, movie, book, song, app, or video. Just pick 1 or 2. I don't need all of the things. You can change the background like the student did, but please don't change the theme, because then that will change it for everyone. And it's really, really important to not delete anything from this deck. Don't delete the direction slide, and don't delete somebody else's work. If that happens to you, I can go back into the version history and I can restore it. But it gets a little harder to know which version is the right one. So please don't delete anything. You're just going to add a slide, add some information about yourself. It's just a way of getting to know each other. And then the final task is to watch these 2 videos about the ISTE standards. Okay, these are sort of what are the ISTE standards, and because we're going to be using that as the structure of our course. And then you're going to answer these 2 questions on Slack. So there's a channel. So a channel is like a thread. When you're in the app at the top, there's these channels. It says hashtag get to know ISTE. You're going to click on that, and then you're going to respond to those 2 questions in that thread. And Slack is a huge multinational corporation, so if you have any questions about it, you can always Google it. There's lots of videos on how to use Slack as well. All right, and that's it for week 1. I am really looking forward to learning with you. I've had first term off, and so I'm excited and ready to be back with my students. And if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to reach out to me. Do not wait until you've done something for 3 hours and it hasn't worked before you reach out to me, okay? Try it again, maybe ask a classmate. If you still can't figure it out, reach out to me. Please don't spend hours and hours and then email me like, I've been trying for hours. I never want you to struggle that much. All right, well, I'll talk to you soon then. Take care, guys.